Hello, I am back after a week off, and on what are we playing again? I'm superbakeboy, and on Bacon Beats, we're doing raw cooking. That's right, we're going vegan style, so the playlist is all raw. So let's start with some rawhide. We got quite a bit to do, but as usual, the magical flamingo folder is back in action, and as a special treat for our vegan friends out there, we'll be doing raw chocolate cake. So let's begin. As always, get your pan and give it a nice little spray. And now we're ready to go. So we've got the oven preheating, which is always a good start, so that we can bake something, right? And then we're going to mix together all of our dry ingredients. So in case you followers out there don't know what vegan or raw cooking is, it means that we're using no animal products. So there will be no dairy, no eggs. This is a cake that is just built on love, it seems. So yeah, let's get going. All our dry ingredients. So almond meal, and as the name suggests, it's made from almonds. We've got a nice big packet. Kind of a funny texture. It looks lumpy, but then it's also super fine. So let's measure this out. How much of this do we need? 1.5 cups. I don't have my cups. Now, if you've seen the Blues Brothers, you'll know what rawhide is, and we love rawhide. It's very cowboy inspired. So I thought rawhide, it's tongue-in-cheek, isn't it, when we're doing vegan cooking and we're not supposed to be using animal products, and I'm doing all cowboy, cow-inspired songs today, so sorry, but I'm gonna have fun with some cows. Alright, cup of almond meal. Almond meal! Meal! Just throws it into the bowl. Sorry, I should probably bring you closer to the camera. An almond meal, so look at that texture there. Kind of looks a bit like breadcrumbs. So we got 1 cup there. Rawhide! Alright, now that we've had a bit of fun with that, Clint Eastwood is going to sing to us. This is Rawhide album. Where are we? A half cup of almond meal. All the almond meal. Have all the almond meal. Very lumpy, so like our measurements are going to be a little bit out, but as always, I don't care. Woo! It's all over the bench. Have all the almond meal. Our next is cocoa powder. Now, highly recommend using, considering it is a raw cake, high quality cocoa powder. Don't go for your just generic stuff. We're going with the Dutch cocoa, so Brastal or something like that. I don't know how to say it. If the premium Dutch processed cocoa. If we have any Dutch listeners out there, please tell me how to say that word. The word is, oh, can you see it on the camera? There we go. Brastal. 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 How much of this do I need? Half a cup of cocoa powder. Lots of halves today. We love halves. You know what? I probably should have sifted these ingredients. It just says put them in a bowl, so, you know, I'm just going to put them in a bowl. God, it's stuck. It's very thick. That's going to be delightful. We'll all choke on cocoa powder later. It's like cinnamon. I'm pretty sure, don't do this at home, obviously. Yeah, spoonful of cinnamon and spoonful of cocoa, because of its very fine consistency, will dry out all the moisture in your mouth, and then you'll just be coughing powder. We're not having much success with the cocoa today. It's all very much stuck in this can, which is great. We know that it's very fine then, which is always, oh, look at that, my fellows. Oh, how good is cocoa powder? Beautiful, chocolatey. Oh, lick it all up. Next is baking soda. Who doesn't love baking soda? Baking, baking, baking soda. Bake the soda. Gelatin powder, cream of tartar, baking powder. Okay, terrible question. I don't actually know what the difference between baking powder and bicarbonate of soda is. And what they're calling here is baking soda. So I'm gonna just go with bicarbonate of soda. I mean, both are used. Gluten-free. That might be gluten-free. Let's hope I make the right choice, otherwise I don't know what's gonna happen. What is this used for? Agent, give your baked goods lift. Okay, so to make a self-raising flour, mix 2 teaspoons of Mackenzie baking powder to each cup of plain flour, sift through several times. This was very foolish. I should have checked what we're doing. We're gonna go with the powder, baking powder. Half a teaspoon. Well, here goes nothing. As always, this could turn out incredibly bad. But that's half the fun! Everyone's having fun. Hope you all enjoyed the reveal for the Scottish tablet a couple of weeks ago. If you did watch the little video, you would have seen that the recipe was called Never Fails Scottish Tablet, and mine was a terrible fail, so maybe they need a disclaimer on that recipe. It never fails unless you are pathetic. So it would seem that that disclaimer would encompass me. So we've got our baking soda in there, a pinch of salt. Who would have thought Clint Eastwood could sing? This is Clint Eastwood, everybody. Lazarosity, welcome back. Our Scottish tablet was definitely a terrible, terrible fail, and thank you again for joining. Blend until smooth. And set in a bowl aside. So the next part is, it calls for dates. We do love a good date. Who doesn't love a good date? So we're actually going to go to the back, to the food processor. I put it over there so that you don't have to hear that. You're still going to hear it, of course. So we're putting in 1.5 cups. We do love a good half cup. Alright, throwing it in. 1 cup of date. Oh, having a big bowl there. Oh gosh, it's all going everywhere. So yeah, this is not very measured. With what actually got thrown in there, I'm assuming it's about 1.5 cups. I love date. I could eat this whole packet. What next? And water. Half a cup of water. Half a cup of water. We're going to use this cocoa one. So the dates will have a cocoa texture. Throw it in there. Yum, yum, yum. It's going to look like a swamp when I'm done, but that'll be great. And turning on... Blitz! Oh, good God. Can you see this vibrating? Like in the camera there, it's actually shaking on the bench. Like, this is terrifying. I love it. It's like... You'd think we're having an earthquake, like, but we're getting to that nice brown that I said. It's kind of like a swamp. You can probably see over there that it's, yeah, it's a, ooh, it doesn't look good from here, does it? It looks like we might be at some sort of biological waste clinic. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. You know what? We're gonna add a bit more date. Woo! Get more vibration. Looks spicy. There's like all these little chunks there. So that's great. Whilst that's having a bit of a woo, we'll see what's happening next. Mix the date paste with the wet ingredients. Oh, you know what? I lied. This isn't vegan friendly. I am deeply apologetic. It calls for eggs. So We're using eggs. Do not use this as a vegan recipe. Lovely! Alright. Take this out. Oh, look at that. It looks like a bad day after some spicy food. It's... but delightful! Mixed paste. We're calling it date paste. Isn't that fun? We need a little bit of a spatch job. So... do little doggy little dog. Mix the date paste with the wet ingredients. Well, we're going to just do it all in here, aren't we? So 3 eggs. So this album by Clint is actually inspired by cowboy favorites. 1 egg. 2 eggs. 3 eggs. Probably should be doing this where you can actually see what I'm doing. You can't actually see through that nice dirty... oh, doesn't look appealing on the camera, does it? Oh, good egg stuff all over me. What else is wet? And coconut oil and vanilla. So I don't actually have coconut oil. Coconut oil is really trendy at the moment, but vegetable oil does the same. Veggie oil and vanilla. Vanilla seems to be a theme here. We use a lot of vanilla, it would appear. 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So here is our lovely vanilla. 1, 2. I love vanilla. Vanilla is fantastic. I can't remember, there was a program that I watched years ago now. I think it was one of those infomercial ones where they just tell you, oh, this is lovely, we should do this. Lots of household tips. But they were saying if you mix, maybe it was Oprah. That rings a bell. Yeah, if you mix water and vanilla essence and you spray it around your house, it's a good way to go on a diet because supposedly vanilla essence makes you feel less hungry. So you just spray it around and just... and then you go, oh, I don't need to eat that pancake that I was making earlier. So 2 tablespoons of oil. Ooh, look at that. I love it when things separate. And then we mix it all together in a butty. And then we're going to put it all into the bowl. So... let's get all of this looking nice. Eggy deaths. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's going everywhere. Slop. Like I said, it looks like a swamp. Yummy, yummy swamp. Maybe we should blend this a bit more now that we've got more liquids in there. I feel like there wasn't enough water. But if we blend an egg, it might not look good. You know what? To hell with it. We're making it a paste because I really don't want to mix this in with the corn flour and or whatever we were using before, the almond meal. So scrape the sides, put the lid back on, and we're going to have another little earthquake spatter. Let's go. Give that a quick rinse. Alright everyone, wish us luck. Oh, okay, now we just hit that upper speed. And it's got a terrifying sound, obviously. But we're getting rid of all those extra chunks. But I can still see splatters everywhere. But hey, that's cool. Oh, yes! Take a look at it now. Oh yeah. This is what we were going for. Yes, much pastier. Pasty like my skin. Mix the date paste with the wet ingredients and mix until smooth. Add the wet to the dry and stir until smooth. In she goes. Again, sorry. Bring it up to you guys. Blah. Bit of lump, but you know, who doesn't like some lumps now and then? Na 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 na. I can smell that cocoa. Yummy cocoa. Coco loco. La da. I smell cocoa. This kind of looks like a sticky date pudding. What is that? Oh, she's so cute. All right, there we go. Tasty cake, or we hope it will be. Mix until smooth. Okay, so slowly, so we don't go boom with all of our cocoa powder. Oh yeah, look at that. Yummy, yummy. There's a bit of rise of the cocoa powder. Look at that dark goodness. Oh, makes me want to eat it. And you should too. So we'll definitely share this one. If anything, at least it will be edible, unlike the Scottish tablet. I'd eat this just like this. The Scottish tablet was just so damn rich. It was, I have no words. Like, you had this tiniest little piece and you kind of felt your teeth rotting. It was so sweet. I think I did something terribly wrong. So yeah, we're putting that down as a fail. So, like with anything that you hope to rise, don't over mix it. It says until smooth. This is looking pretty good. How rich does this look? What did I say about good cocoa powder? Let's hope for success. God. It's probably gonna fail. Like, let's be honest, I'm a terrible baker. I don't know why I do this, but because I love it, I do it for you. Anyway, so we're getting this lovely and mixed. What's next whilst we're doing that? Do you like my manual paper, how it's been kind of ripped up? We've already greased the tin and then bake for 25 to 30 minutes. You know what? I love it when a cake doesn't need an hour. It seems our stovetop recipes take too long, don't you think? I mean, you get to spend more time with me, but I'd love a bit more time to interact usually. This, I'm sorry, Clint, you're just kind of... I need something a bit more upbeat. What else do we got? What is raw? What is this? Blues Brothers playlist? Yeah, I can do this. I mean, there was eggs in this, so it's not completely raw, is it now? Oh dear. I'll make bliss balls or something one week. I'll do something for the vegans. Blues rock. Alright, that's smooth enough. So, I reckon we'll need a second cake tin, because I don't know how much is going to rise. Again, untested. Alright, here we go. Greased tin. Oh yeah. In it goes. Oh, lovely. How much can it rise? Seriously, how much can it rise? It says 8-inch tin, but you know what? I don't know. This is definitely 8 inches in diameter, but you know, rising wise, is it gonna overflow? I'm gonna put a tray underneath just in case, because you know, I don't really want to have to clean a whole oven. I did that for several years at my first job, and I'm not a fan. So, yeah, look after your oven, because cleaning an oven is a pain in the rear. In the hide, you might say. Shut up, Dad. Alright. This bowl is looking clean. I would lick this bowl. Let's get all of that goodness. Bit of date in there. It would be funny if the dates weren't pitted. It did say it was pitted there, and then someone just bites in and breaks a tooth. Can your visitors sue you for bad cooking? That's a question. Have you ever sued someone for their bad cooking? If you got food poisoned at a dinner party, would you sue your friends? These are questions that we need to answer for the new order. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I do like blues. Wow. Oh, this sticks to itself. Got this real sort of, you see these seeds in it? You know that there's dates. You know the dates are in there. Ah, lovely. All right, let's throw that in. Woo! There's a tray already there. Tray 25 minutes, set a timer. Up we go, 25 minutes, and she's off. 25 minutes, so whilst... Oh my god. That cocoa. Just excuse me for a minute. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. This is amazing. Just having an ecstatic crisis. Oh my god. Just make this now. Just stop watching me and go and make this cake. It's amazing. So Lazarossi says he would sue if I food poisoned him at a dinner party. Well, that's fair enough. Hello. Bit of a Aretha? Yeah, I mean, I agree. Especially if it's chicken. Like, food poisoning after chicken is rank. Don't go there. So yeah, always check your food, even if they're best friends. If the chicken's pink, do not eat that. Pink chicken is a no-no wherever you are. It's not polite to eat. It's actually dangerous for your health. So there's some health and safety issues when you're deciding to cook or eat a friend's chicken. Freedom! Freedom! Oh, freedom! Okay, so you can tell Blues Brothers is probably on my list of high movies to watch. So, whilst it's baking away, we get to make icing. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one because it uses avocado, which will be exciting. We're going to make icing out of avocado, and again, we use our powder. On here, it says Ghirardelli. So that beautiful chocolate company based over in San Fran. We won't be using that because I don't even know if they sell that powder here in Australia. So we'll be using Neste's Blastar Dutch Cocoa Finest. But first, we need to cut up our little avocado friend, and we'll be turning this so you can watch it in the mixer. And we're going to turn up the music so I can have a bit of a dance party as usual. Because we love a bit of Aretha. Place all the ingredients in a food processor and mix together, stopping to scrape down. You know what, I don't think we need the food processor though. I think the Mixmaster will do the same thing. So, let's first chop it up. One perfectly ripe avocado. So, let's get to, shall we? Is it perfectly ripe? You'll soon find out. Bit of a dance. I love the Blues Brothers. So anyway, why I was away last week was at a gaming convention on the Gold Coast, or Bris Vegas as we commonly call it. Good place for beaches. It's actually the home of the 2018 Commonwealth Games, so come on down! But good time, very interesting. I do apologise for not being online. I don't know what the song is anymore. Rubber Soup Biscuit. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, so I apologise for not having much presence on social media. I think I sent a picture of a drink that I discovered up there. One of those sort of juices, because everyone feels like a detox now and then. Two juices, in fact. One was a ginger and kale with pineapple, my spirit fruit, as most of you know. And then the other one was a beetroot one. So it uses... I'm making this really hard on myself. Let's get a spoon. The thing will mix it anyway. So, get that avocado in there. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. So we got some avocado. It does feel perfectly ripe. Now we'll get that out. Get out of my town! And yum, yum, yum. Throwing it in. Whoa. Yes. Good. Bit of browning there. Won't matter. It's going to turn brown anyway when we put in cocoa powder. How good is cocoa powder? Everyone loved the cocoa powder. Cocoa powder. I don't think I've cleaned out an avocado skin this much, and I am a big fan of avocado. Yum. Alright, in the bin. In the bin! Next, our beautiful cocoa powder. How much cocoa powder? Oh, well, you should know, it's half a cup! Everything's in halves. What an easy recipe to follow. If you don't have the recipe, just think in halves. Everything is a half. Oh. Miss Goosey, you should be watching that. Oh, you can see a base of a can. Isn't that exciting? Woo! Ah, more cocoa, please! We love our cocoa! There we go. Half a thing of cocoa. Alright, and our last ingredient... Oh, maple syrup. Hello, Canada. Yum, 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 yum. Maple flavored syrup. It's not the real deal, I'm sorry. If anyone wants to send me some maple syrup, please do. I love a bit of maple syrup. And how much do we need? You guessed it. It's half a cup. Everything, half a cup. Oh, syrupy goodness. Here we go. Oh, no, 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 no. It's taking a while to get out. These stupid bottles take forever. They try to... Oh, I love maple syrup. They try to restrict how much you get out. I just want half a damn cup. I love ginger too, Lazarosity. Ah. I should make a ginger cake. That would be fun, wouldn't it? With ginger chunks. Ginger goodness. We'll call it Ginge by Ginge. Oh, we're almost there. Look at the consistency of it. It's this very viscous liquid. Dirty secret, when we go to the pancake house, I do like a bit of a maple syrup shot. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Here we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, look at it just float away from the cocoa. There is this beautiful mix going on there. Incoming. It's kind of like playing SimCity. Like, I'm building some sort of ecosphere. Here we go. Let's have a look. Reticulating spline. Reticulating spline. Excellent. So we're all in. We can also add dark choc chips. What do you mean, who is that? There's no one else here. Dark choc chips. Dark choc chips! Mini chocky chip here. Oh yeah. Melts. 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 Yum, yum, yum. Let's get it in our tums. How much melts? Quarter cup. Place all 3 ingredients. Oh, it says stirring. So yeah, let's not Let's not let's not break the blades of the food processor. We're going to mix this until it is a nice smooth mixture, turning on the PowerPoint. Here we go. Wow! Oh, see the cocoa fly? Fly! Oh, beautiful dark syrup. Where's my thingy? Seriously, where's the thingy? Here it is. What's it? I thought I put it in the oven. That'd be terrible. Don't put plastic in the oven. It's bad. We found that out at Christmas time when we left a chopping board in there and it turned into marshmallows, and then we had to spend several days getting the oven cleaned out of plastic and fumes. Yeah! Alright, so we're looking very smooth. So smooth, in fact. Supposedly it will set. So obviously avocado sets. Turning down. Very nice. I like it. Ooh. What is that? So some of the avocado hasn't mixed in yet, so hence why we're doing a bit of scrapey shrape. And turn it up to 11. Actually, we're on 12. If avocado survives this, then God bless it. Oh yeah, baby. Do you know what? Some of it did survive. What are you? Mutant superpowers. But the rest of it is just lovely. I can't... This is very dark chocolate cake. Everything is dark. And the thing is, with the cocoa, it's so dark, there's very little you can do in the way of colouring. You can do sort of like a red velvet. Red is probably the only colour that you'll get a slight thing in. And if you want to go a la natural, you can use beetroot, because beetroot will naturally dye things. There's our maple syrup cups. We can throw that in the bin. And we'll throw that there. And so now we can take this out and mix through our chocky chippies. Chip, chip, chip. Chip, 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 chip. Thank you, Tommy Wiseau. We do love a bit of a Johnny time from the room. Chip, 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 chip. Chocolate chip, chip, chips. I seem to have powder going everywhere. Someone might think I'm starting some sort of snort den with cocoa powder and sugar and... Oh hell, let's just throw in some cocaine for the sake of it. Sorry, adult themes, kids. What's cocaine? It's nothing. Don't look it up. Just splattered chocolate on my laptop. Whoops! Does your insurance cover chocolate? I don't know. Okay, let's test this. Ah! Ah! Maple goodness. I'm dying. I am dying right now, everyone. It was so delicious. If this doesn't rise, I'm just gonna shovel this into my hole because, my God, it's just chocolatey goodness. Still a lot of sugar, so, you know, it's kind of still bad for you. But who cares? All the best things are bad for you. We actually need a quarter cup, which is what I just threw in here, the maple syrup. So stir in the chocolate chips. Chocolate chips! They're not even melts. Chocolate mini chips. Well, you know what? We're going chocolate big chips because I don't have any of the mini ones. And it'll be a surprise, won't it? They're in there now, so it doesn't matter. It's sort of a chocolatey surprise for anyone that bites into it. They'll go, ow, I broke my tooth. What was it? Oh, it's chocolate. Who cares? Everyone's happy. And if it's a hot day, it will melt anyway. Yay! There we go. So I don't know how this is going to set, to be honest. I have no idea how this will set. But it's done. The icing is done. So then we just wait for the cake to come out. Supposedly we leave it 10 to 15 minutes before serving so that it has time to set. And then we apply this lovely fudgy stuff. So let's just throw these back in the fridge whilst we can. Almond meal stored in fridge, and everything else goes in the sink. And I wash my hands, and we're getting that chocolate off the laptop. Get a little cloth. Okay, let's perform a bit of surgery. Come on, Chucky. Come off my laptop. Just clean away. There we go. No more chocolate. It was a big piece as well. Quite a big dollop. Right. And there we go. So let's put that away and oil away. Don't start a house fire. "11 minutes until that gets out. Cocoa powder all about." Let's check on it. Woo! I didn't smooth it out. It's like a mountain. But that's okay, because it'll look great with the icing on it. Mount Chocolate. Blues Brothers. So, next week I think we're going to have a German-inspired week. Whilst I was in the Gold Coast, funny story, I went to a restaurant that was having an Oktoberfest, and they were giving out recipes for Biersteak, which is the German Biersteak layered cake. Custard and almonds. Let me tell you, one of my family friends, well, sort of my German grandmother, makes this at every gathering. Oh my god, it's good. So we're going to give it a go. Next week will be German themed. If you're lucky, there might be Lederhosen, and there'll also be Bavarian Oompa music. So we'll be having a bit of a, I did not hit her, it is not true. You're right, we could have Tommy Wiseau, we could have the Room German party. Yes, I love it. We'll get a dog and it will be fantastic. So yeah, tune in next week. It's going to be Deutscher Week. Deutsche Woche. Yes, Germany is coming back to me. So there you go, German week. But I must confess that will be in 2 weeks' time. I'm actually overseas next week, so I sincerely apologise. I will not be here once more. So we'll get round to Biersteak. So that's the next one that we'll do, but it's going to be a little while until we do it. The Bomb Alaska. Yeah, we should do that as well. We're getting lots of requests. So I guess Bomb Alaska first. It's not going to be October next time we cook anyway, so it doesn't matter about Oktoberfest. We'll throw it out the window. So yeah, let's do Bomb Alaska. We'll need a blowtorch. Ooh, do you trust me with fire? Does anyone trust me with fire? I don't trust me with fire. Don't do it. So yeah, Bomb Alaska. Let's get a recipe for that. It's just ice cream and marshmallow and fire, and it will be delightful. So yes, we'll put the Biersteak cake on the back burner, as you will, so that we can do something else. We'll do the Bomb Alaska. Great call, Lazarosity. I do love a call to make recipes. The Pink Book's a bit of fun, but you know, me trialing just frenetic recipes is probably even better. Let's see how we're going for time. 8 minutes. Stir it up. It's nice that I don't have to be near a stove, isn't it? I'm quite over being near that stove top. I feel a bit meh. We could try moving a camera over there though. Alright, so Bomb Alaska. Can you choose flavors for that? I wonder what flavor we should do. What will be the Alaska be? What will be the ice cream? I do need to get a blowtorch. Remind me to order a blowtorch, future self. Let's talk about dates, shall we? How good are dates? Where do you get them? What are they like? Dates, what do you like? Smooth texture. Gritty interior. Delightful. We need to put those away, because I'll eat them all, and then I'll be very, very sick. I don't know how this will set. The recipe actually says that stir in the chocolate chips if you're using. The frosty is ready to spread immediately, but you can refrigerate it if you think it needs to firm up. Well, I do. I actually do think it needs to firm up, so let's do that whilst we get whilst we get the cook out. Once we get the cake out to actually cool, because supposedly that needs to set as well. So this will just firm up a little bit, and then we'll slosh it on top, and then it will be done. Ah! Yeah! Cool, so we're setting that icing, which is great. Something just triggered me, and I was about to say that. That's right, whilst I was at the Gold Coast, someone said, "Are you English?" So I thought that was interesting. It was, yeah, the heart of Australia. I suppose the way that the guy said it was, "You sound different to everyone else around here." I was going, oh, okay. Do I have an accent? Of course, everyone has an accent. If you don't, you're singing, because singers don't have an accent when they're singing. But yeah, I just found it quite amusing that he didn't realise I was from Australia. So, just some sort of freak! And then someone at work said that I have English features, so I guess it's just the pale skin. That's fine. Beautifully pale. I'll just be a China doll, porcelain doll. Yes, forever pale. Should be some sort of tanning line. Like, you know, tanning creams forever pale. We've used so many machines this week. We've never used the food processor, and wasn't that a terrifying experience whilst we were kind of having an earthquake? So yeah, I've never seen the machine do that before. I almost thought we had to hold it down. Like that. So, I mean, that could have been interesting, I suppose. I was just thinking about this Bomb Alaska idea. I don't know how to mold it, so I'm going to have to do a bit of homework on that one. And then do you freeze it again afterwards, or do you have to serve it immediately? Like, we're going to have guests over to eat this Bomb Alaska, because I almost feel like it must be eaten immediately because we're freezing the ice cream and wrapping it in marshmallow and then torching it. I am confused. But hey, that's, you know, why it's fun, because it's probably going to be this horrific nightmare, and then we'll finish it and it's kind of leaking below us. So, little rose petals when I was looking at the screen there. Interesting. Interessant. I really should stop using other languages. People are going to say that I'm racist, which is never good. Like, racism isn't cool, guys. Don't be racist. 2-part series. What, the homework side and then the eating side? I don't know. Like, is that what we should be doing? I mean, I probably should do that. We should have a sort of, you make it, then you eat it. I don't know. It's like 2 weeks until we get to cook again. So I'm going to have to try and fill in time. If you've got ideas, what you'd like to see when I'm not in the kitchen, I am open to it. So you can see me walking down the street every day when you're walking down the street. Everybody that you meet, and as original Barnaby, or something like that. Anyone watch Arthur as a kid? Like, this is ingrained into my brain. We're talking about how clever marketers can be with ingraining songs into a child's brain. So, colleagues and I were talking about My Little Pony being stuck in our heads. My Little Pony. Yeah, like, it's just really ingrained in there, like some sort of horrible worm, and it will never go away. The amount of jingles in my brain. You have tortured me, modern world. Why do you do this? I will go insane one day and just explode in rabid song. I can be one of those creepy robots that have gone haywire, but instead of killing everyone, I'm just screaming marketing commercials at them. So, the future is bright, everyone. The future is bright. Hey, hey, 2 minutes more. And then we'll get it out and we'll have a look and we'll just prod it a little bit before we turn off the oven. We need a toothpick to check. Have you got the old toothpick? It needs to come out clean and if it comes out clean, it is ready. But either way, we want our icing to kind of set. I can't believe I used those thick choc chips in there. People are going to break their teeth. I have no heart! But it will be comedic. I mean, it's like one Christmas someone gave us a gingerbread house, but it had toothpicks, and my family didn't tell me that there were toothpicks in it. I took a bite and I got a toothpick pierced through the roof of my mouth. That wasn't fun. That was damn painful. So, yeah, toothpicks, do not eat. Do not eat. The oven says 1 more minute. I'm gonna give it that 1 more minute. And then we're gonna stab our cake with this, and if it comes out clean, we'll set it aside for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna put the paste on, and then we'll all go, oh my gosh, it looks fantastic, you've done a good job. Or we're gonna say, wow, that looks like trash, but it's gonna taste delicious. How good is Motown? Kind of sounds like some of the soundtrack from Guardians of the Galaxy. Heavily inspired by Motown. Everybody loves the Motown. Ooh. I'll stop singing. Probably should do that. Just tell me to shut up. Ooh, I smell the chocolate. Yummy, yum, yum. Look at that. Ooh, sticking it in. It does not come out clean. So another 5 minutes. We need it to be quite dry. Actually, I didn't check the thermometer. It might need to be higher. Let's find out. La 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 da da. So, the recipe called for 325 Fahrenheit. Let's find out how large that is. Do I have a converter still on here? Converter! Convert it for me now! How do we search on this new operating system? God, I am just much fail today. Convert units. That's what we want. I could probably just search this. Why am I using stupid apps? Do you want to watch with me? We'll convert units together. Categories. Cooking. Look at that. Temperature. Energy. And shoe sizes. What is radiation? Jeez. Temperature. Hello. I don't even know what these are. I know what a Kelvin is. Like, some of us did do science. 325. Apply. Is room there? Well, we've got the oven a lot higher, but still it's not cooking. So, fix your oven, I guess. So, 325 in Fahrenheit is actually 163 in Celsius. So, the oven is much higher than it should be, but look, we'll give it until 1 o'clock. How's that? 4 minutes. If it's not done, it will set by itself. Like, we don't want it to be too dry. Do it. That was feedback from the banana cake. Your banana cake was a bit too dry. Everyone's a critic, it seems. But that's why we do this, because I just obviously crave criticism in my life. Because I don't get enough of that every day. No, but seriously, I don't. Stop opening the oven. If you open the oven, let the heat out, and that means that it can't cook. Got told that at Christmas time. Should we call Christmas time criticism holiday? Like, critic holiday? I don't know, there's some marketing term that we can use for that, but so much criticism at Christmas. I suppose it's just like when you see the majority of your family, and then they will just feel like they need to instruct you on what to do. So don't open the oven because the potatoes won't cook. It's summer here, but we still do sort of hot meals like it's 2 degrees outside. Yeah, so criticism. Think of a name. If you can have a great name for Critical Christmas, it does smell great. But Lazarosity. What is a good term for critical Christmas? Or cynic Christmas? Chrysinicus? I don't know. Someone think of a great marketing term. And that will be the new Christmas holiday. Critical Christmas. Critical Christmas. It's like nuclear holocaust Christmas, which could be soon. Let's not joke about it, because the earth is in turmoil and all I have is baking left to give me hope, it would seem. So what does that... Christmas. So easy, I love it! Christmas. Christmas! Works really well in Australia as well. Christmas! You can just see everyone with core hats on and just scowling around the table. It's Christmas! Love it. Thank you very much. And we've moved on to Monty Python. Interesting. I don't know how this is related to raw cooking, which isn't vegan cooking because it has eggs. Lessons. So, what are we looking at? Another minute? Another minute? Should we just get the cake out? Let's just get it out. I need a new toothpick because I had that in my mouth. Don't let me put that in there. No, it's going to set fire on its...
The most interesting thing about King Charles I is that he was 5 started, but only 4.8 inches tall.
Oh, you want to see it, don't you?
The colours on.
I don't know what Spotify's doing. This is a terrifying song. Comes out dry. Perfect. So now we leave it for 10 minutes, which gives that thing time to set. We will then take it out and put it on a plate. And then we will smother it and it will be ready for today's afternoon tea. Yes, there are people coming around for afternoon tea to test the cake. So yeah, we'll serve this up and we'll get some criticism from it then. It won't be criticism though, we'll call it constructive feedback, which is how that HR relates to these things these days, because we don't want people to feel bad, we want them to feel good about themselves. So it's called some constructive feedback about how this cake went. I can't deal with this song anymore. Monty Python, I love you, but... What is this? No, no. Look, let's do it. We love a bit of rawhide. We finished where we began, obviously. What's this? Artist's rawhide. That's raw. This could be terrible. But we're all about discovery on this channel. Yeah. Alright, so we'll let that cool. We'll get a plate. Let's clean up this bench so I can actually put down a plate somewhere. There's cocoa powder everywhere. There we go. Happy days. Bah. There we go. So 10 minutes later, we'll try and pop this out. We might do a little flip-de-doo-doo onto a plate. I actually want this side up though, because I think that will look really good. Really good. I don't present anything good, let's be honest. Yeah, I think it will work really well with the icing though, because it's already sort of formed these peaky layers on top. So that will be cool. We might just wash this little bad boy so that we can help wedge it out. So excuse me whilst we watch this. There we go. So that's been lovely washed. Done. Alright, so we'll get that out in a minute, which will be great. And I need a plate, don't I? And then we'll get the icing out and we'll smother it. And we'll show you, and then we will have the follow-up with how good it tastes or how terrible it tastes. But with that amount of cocoa, how bad can it actually taste? Let's be honest. Big enough? Yep. Lovely. So, I mean, we've got the raw, but I feel like these songs are just repeating themselves. As it cools, I can smell a different smell coming through, so that's interesting. Still quite warm though, so give it another 5 minutes, shall we? Another 5 minutes. Checking our icing. I thought it wouldn't set, but it really has. Like, look at that, it's kind of stuck to the sides. Oh, doesn't look very appealing that way, doesn't it? But yeah, you can just sort of invert the bowl and nothing happens. Who'd have thought? Avocado, it sets. We'll keep it in there, because like, what's the point of having it out? Serve plain or fresh with fruit and or coconut whipped cream. Coconut everything. May also be served chilled from the fridge. So we can put the whole thing in the fridge. I don't know if there's room in the fridge, but you know what? We're going to try and make room in the fridge. There you go. I'm going to find a place in this book. Book. Throwing everything in. Everything is in the book. We're slowly getting there. I really want to get this out. Like, is that so wrong? Patience is virtue. So, it smells like onion now. It's not a good thing. My cake smells like onion. Can you actually cook onions into a cake? You'll be vegetarian, surely. There's something you can try at home. Can you make a sweet cake with onions? Can you make a sweet cake with garlic? The answer is probably no, because garlic overpowers everything. But I am sure you can make a sweet cake out of ginger. How's that, Lazarosity? We'll have a ginger cake for you. Yes, so I'm going to try and get this cake out. Whoa. 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 It's come out clean. Look how clean that is. Slop it on a plate. You get a quick wrap, maybe? Yeah. Here we go. We found it. Let's find out what happens. I'm scared. Maybe we'll just do this. Better. Less slop. Oh! Look at that! Still steaming as well. Look how clean it's come out. Who'd have thought? The cleanest cake around. I'm going to flip that back over. Just flip it onto a plate. How's that? Plate in there. Crush the cake! And ooh la la! There we have it. Let it sit on that plate so delicately. Oh, it's kind of stuck now. Where it sits, that's where it stays. There we go. Now we're gonna frost it! Frosties! Are you ready for the frosting? I am so ready to frost. Oh. There's some avocado pieces there. Spread it out nicely. Those choc chips will hopefully... Choc chips are just everywhere, it would seem. Make sure that they're sort of spread out nicely. And maybe they'll melt a little bit because the cake is still warm. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Spread it along, get in those gaps. let that flow over the top. I'm going to use all the frosting because don't waste avocados. They're expensive. We like to flow over the sides. Yum, yum, yum. Let's just get it all out and then we can do all the nice little fancy swirls. As if I'm going to do that. Like, just eat my cake. Oh. On the plate. We'll clean up that plate before actually serving this to people, but just for the purposes of getting this flowing, flow down those sides. That's it. Down the sides. Off with your heads, chocolates. There we go. Now we're painting a picture. That's it. Flow, flow, flow. We'll clean you up laters. Yes. Lesson for next time, use smaller choc chips. What a mess, right? I'm so good at decorating. I should be an interior designer. Ah, shocking. Just wipe that, you know. Oh God. I'll get a tissue onto that later. So good. Now you've done it. Idiot! There we go. And that, my friends, is a cake. Now, the maple syrup's coming through and it tastes delicious. So I just need to clean up that plate before serving. I don't really care what it looks like. It tastes amazing. So damn everyone to hell if they say that it's not good enough for them, because the taste is delightful. So that's it for another week. We'll make sure we get maybe a snap. It looks terrible on that plate, but hey, it's fine. We'll get a snap when it's on someone else's plate. Thank you once again for joining. As I said, it will be another 2 weeks probably before I'm back online. If you'd like to suggest some different things, just make sure that you come along and post it in the channel and we'll have a look at what we can do next time. So thank you again for joining and I will see you in a couple of weeks.